Welcome to Daily Office Devotions, where every Monday through Friday we ask how God might direct our lives from that day's scripture readings as given in the Book of Common Prayer. I'm Reggie Kidd, and I'm grateful to be with you. This Wednesday in the season after Pentecost, our readings come from Proper 22 of Year 1 in the Daily Office Lectionary. I once had a friend who trained hunting dogs. One day he said, "You can tell you've won a dog when, if you discipline them for doing something wrong, they move toward you instead of away from you." From his sickbed, King Hezekiah, 739 to 686 BC, calls to Yahweh and is healed. 2 Kings chapter 20, verses 1 through 11. His pride, however, leads him foolishly to show off the temple treasury to a Babylonian general. 2 Kings chapter 20, verses 12 through 21, and 2 Chronicles chapter 34, verses 25 through 26. Yahweh pronounces a severe judgment in response to which Hezekiah repents. Despite his failings, he's been won to Yahweh. Hezekiah's son, King Manasseh, 709 to 642 or 43 BC, moves further and further away from Yahweh, adding one idolatry to another and one injustice to another. Like Christopher Marlowe's self-dooming Dr. Faustus, Manasseh lowers himself to the most vile and loathsome filthiness, the stench whereof corrupts the inward soul with such flagitious crimes of heinous sin as no commiseration may expel. And Manasseh has no interest in asking for God's mercy. For a long 55 years, he drags Judah down with him. He's never been won to Yahweh. King Josiah, 648 through 609 BC, grandson of Manasseh, upon reading the long-lost book of the law, Deuteronomy, in the view of many scholars, asks if the book's threatened curses have become inevitable. When the answer comes back, yes, but you personally will escape them, Josiah is not content to sit back and enjoy his personal reprieve, knowing the nation he loves and has been called to serve will suffer after his death. If it is indeed Deuteronomy that has recently been discovered, Josiah can hold on to the promise that despite the inevitable consequences of disobedience, there still stands Yahweh's promise that on the far side of exile, there will be a return. Even if you are exiled to the ends of the world, from there the Lord your God will gather you, and from there he will bring you back. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 4. Josiah knows it's never too late to choose life. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. He sets about a massive campaign of reformation because he's been won to Yahweh. The Apostle Paul looks for a Hezekiah-like and Josiah-like response among the Corinthians, a church he dearly loves despite their many failings and stumblings. He calls them beloved, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 14 and chapter 10, verse 14. He sincerely believes they are trying to get it right, even though they wildly misunderstand his teachings about resurrection, and therefore about when we receive the final delivery of all the good things of our redemption. More to follow as we continue through 1 Corinthians. He does not believe that they are like the lost generation of the Exodus, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 1 through 13, or like fatally idolatrous Manasseh. Paul's warnings, similar to the one he lays down here concerning the table of the Lord, if we examined ourselves, we would not be judged, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 31, are designed to bring them to their senses, to remind them that they have indeed been won to the Lord. To that end, he takes them back to that holy night when Jesus instituted the Lord's Supper. Paul desires that this remembrance will make it all new to them again. Week by week, you and I have the same opportunity to be renewed in God's gracious provision on display at that table, and to be won over yet again to his incredible love. Be blessed this day.